My name is Hera. I am the wife of Zeus. Your wonderful, excellent librarian, Miss Poole, asked me to travel from ancient Greece to read you the story of Zeus and the Titans. She thought maybe it would intrigue you more if I read it to you. Now, Zeus is my husband, and he isn't exactly what he seems to be, and I want everyone to know both sides of him. I think that I've made it to where he can't hear me talking to you. So, hopefully, this is kind of a secret between you and I. I'm going to read you this story from what you call I think Miss Poole called it a textbook. We used to have scrolls and different things. Anyway, I'm going to read this to you. All right, are you ready? Here we go. It says, the ancient Greeks left behind a rich mythology. Now, a myth is a story that tells what a group of people believes about the world. It is filled with rebellious gods, whose behavior is often contrary as that of human beings. This myth is how the world began, and it is a very good example. Have you ever looked around and wondered, I wonder how the world began? Well, so did the Greeks, and I am going to tell you what they decided. Now, before the earth or the sky existed, there was only chaos. There was all kinds of chaos everywhere. There was dark, endless confusion, and at last, from the midst of chaos, there came two beings. There was the earth and the sky. Excuse me, sorry about that. Mother Earth and Father Sky. Now, Mother Earth was called Gaia, and Father Sky was called Uranus. Now, they fell in love with each other, and they got together and had 6 children. A lot of children, right? These children ended up being so different. They were what do you call them? Giants. And another name they called them was Titans. And they were the first gods in Greek mythology. Now, Uranus, the Titan's father, was really very mean and cruel. He was not a very nice father. He treated some of his children badly, and some were kind of his favorites, which isn't fair, but it was the way that it was. Only the youngest Titan, called Cronus, of his children, had the strength and the bravery to stand up to him and say, enough is enough. And he challenged him. Now, Cronus was so powerful, even though he was the baby of the family, that he did win. And he became the ruler of the earth and the sky, only temporarily, though. Now, in myths, events that have happened before previously often happen again, like things happen in a circle over and over. But like his father, Cronus became very cruel. He had his father in him. He learned that one of his children would one day challenge him. He knew that because he could see into the future. This child's name was called Zeus. He was Cronus' youngest son, just like he had been the youngest. Now, Zeus' mother, her name was Rhea, and she wanted to protect him from Cronus' cruelty. And so what she did was she took him off to an island called Crete to protect him and hide him from his father. Now, she couldn't keep the father from punishing him, but she could move him. So he lived on the island called Crete, and he grew up, and he became very powerful. Now, he returned when he grew up. And what was the first thing that he did? Well, what would you do? He decided to rescue all of his brothers and sisters from Cronus. And together, they banded up and they decided to fight him and repeal the rule of Cronus. Now, this war lasted for 10 years. That's a long time, right? Zeus and his brothers, Hades and Poseidon, had advantages over everyone. Now, here's what Zeus's advantage was. He had the advantage that he could throw thunderbolts down. And that would devastate everyone. And then his brother Hades had a helmet. And if he put this helmet on, he would become invisible. And he could go everywhere without anyone knowing where he was. This was really a big advantage. Poseidon had what they called a trident. Actually, it's just a spear, but it has 3 different prongs. And when he would take this trident and he would stick it in the earth would shake and an earthquake would happen. That's a big power. Okay? In the end, all of the Titans were defeated, except for 2 brothers who had fought on Zeus' side. Now, after this long war, the earth was pretty much destroyed, and it needed to be created again. So they fixed it, and with the world at peace, Zeus gave the 2 Titan brothers a new job. He said, you need to create some people and animals to fill up, the earth. So they did. But Zeus told them to give their creations special gifts, such as being fast and being able to see well. These are good gifts. However, one brother, Epimetheus, used up all of these gifts real fast. He used them up on the animals. And then when he came to the people, he had nothing left to give to them. The other brother was called Prometheus, and he thought humans should have the benefit of fire. He objected to Zeus's law that only the gods should possess this power of fire. So he lit a torch from the sun. He made a trip to the sun. He returned to the earth with it. Fire has been important to people ever since. Who likes raw meat? Not me. Who likes to be cold in the winter? Not me. So fire is pretty good. So it's a pretty good thing, right? Yes. Zeus would show his cruel side like his father Cronus. And he would punish Prometheus for going against his wishes about fire. But that is another myth for the telling later. And if you would like to know what happened to Prometheus, maybe you should go into Miss Poole's library and find a book about it. Or maybe you could go to the internet and look it up. Zeus may have the power of the thunderbolts, but we have the power of the internet. Oh my gosh, I think I hear Zeus coming. Maybe you better get out of here.